Hey everyone. So the reason I'm starting this channel and this animation thing is because I want to rant and complain about anything that really annoys me as of the time of making the video. And this is one of those topics that just really freaking annoys me. So today, I'm going to be talking about the worst drivers that I have ever encountered. And you know what's sad? I don't even drive yet. I am still a little backseat driver nagging the person at the wheel to take me places. So this is 3 of the worst drivers I have seen on the road or in a parking lot. I just wanted to say that these are not the worst drivers ever. They're just kind of incompetent, and one of them was funny. Okay, so I'm going to go from an idiotic driver to an incompetent driver, then to a really funny driver that I thought was hilarious. Alright, so here's the first driver. Me and my mom were just getting out of our car in a grocery store parking lot. We start walking towards the store and we hear another car coming. So I turn to look at this car and it's an old 1990 Honda Civic hatchback. Now before I continue, there was about 4 or 3 open parking spots next to our car. So instead of doing the logical thing and using one of these 3 or 4 parking spots, this guy decides to use them all. I honestly do not know how this guy passed his driver's test. I mean, this is how it must have went. Alright, turn on the car, sir. Alright, you passed. So this guy gets out of his car, and I just start laughing at this guy because I'm only 8, 9, or 10, so I thought this was the funniest thing in the world. And then he gives me this, "What the hell are you looking at?" kind of look. I mean, what kind of look are you expecting when you pull up in a crappy Honda Civic and then park in 3 parking spots? I don't know, I just thought that was really funny, that story. Okay, so now if you're thinking, oh, that guy was kind of stupid, you'd be right. But at least this guy had the decency to do his stupidity in the parking lot. Not only does this next guy do his stupidity on the road, but he does it in a frickin' intersection, which is the worst place you can do anything stupid. Alright, so I'm walking to school, and I have to cross this one road to get to my school. Now, parallel from this crosswalk I have to cross is a road from another school that is also very busy and full of angry parents that need to get to their jobs. So I start to walk across the crosswalk, and this angry parent, who I'm guessing works at Applebee's or something like that, and is so angry because he's only getting minimum wage, decides it's a good idea to make a left turn, even though there's a guy crossing the crosswalk and there's oncoming traffic coming towards this dude. So this guy is basically just waiting for me to get out of the way. But when I look over at this guy, he has the funniest expression I've ever seen. It's like the most mutual face you can have, but with one eye slightly closed, like he's trying to twitch it, but one eye fully open. So meanwhile, while I'm slowing down to kind of look at this guy's face, he's still holding up the 6 or 7 cars now that are trying to go in the opposite direction. And this guy just should have waited until he could have made a proper left turn. But no, he's probably thinking, no, you know what? If I go now, I can get to Applebee's 5 minutes quicker if I didn't do this, and why would I not do this? There's no consequences for anybody. So that guy was just being stupid when he was driving. This next story isn't really the driver at all. It's more that what his car did, and I just found it hilarious. And I probably shouldn't have laughed at this guy, but I actually kind of feel bad for him now. But yeah, I just thought it was really funny. So me and my mom are on this highway, and we're in a moderately slow traffic jam. Basically, there's a guy up ahead that has smoke coming out of his exhaust, so he pulls off to the side. So when this guy realizes that his car is smoking, he pulls off to the side of the road like a good driver should to check out what's wrong with his car. So these 2 guys get out of the car, and one was the driver and one, I'm guessing, was his friend. And they kind of just look at the back of the car and how smoke is coming out of the exhaust. The driver pops the hood so he can take a look at the engine. There's smoke coming out of there as well. So one of them has the genius idea to say, hey, we should try starting up the car again. So the driver's friend is looking in the exhaust pipe still, and the driver decides to turn on the car. So he turns the key, and then black smoke starts belching out of the back of the car, and this black smoke cloud almost completely surrounds the car. So at this point, we're just driving by really slowly, and then I open my window, and then I hear the friend say, Hey, I'm not sure, but I think there might be something wrong with your car. And as the friend's saying this, his face is just kind of covered in soot. It's just, he looks like he just got out of a coal mine. So that was 3 stories that I had about bad drivers. Well, in the last case, it was a funny story, but oh well, we can make an exception. But yeah, I hope to continue doing these videos because I find them really fun to do. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one.